Mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2. Said hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hope all of you having a fabulous and fantastic Tuesday. Hope all of you having a great start to your week. Hope all of you staying warm. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. And man, oh man, we got Alabama. Versus the Oklahoma Sooners. Boomer Sooner. For those of you who don't know, I've been saying this for years on the channel. I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. The Oklahoma fan base, I admire them and respect them so much. They are my favorite fan base in all the nation. There's a bunch of them I like. I like the Tennessee fans, very passionate. I like the Alabama fans. But Oklahoma, number one for me. They've been nothing but great to me on my channel. So anytime I talk to them, I try to pay my respect. Shout out to the Oklahoma fan base. And let me see in the comment section, so interactive on the channel. I just really, and I mean really appreciate you guys. Oh man, this is going to be an exciting matchup. The college football rankings come out tonight. I anticipate Oklahoma should be either 9 or 10 or 11, something like that. Probably going to be a top 10 matchup. We got two of the best teams, not just in the SEC, but in the nation, going at it in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Bryant-Denny Stadium. For those of you that don't know, Alabama has the longest home winning streak in the nation because Washington lost this year and some other. Oh yeah, Georgia lost this year. Alabama did that one. Whew! It's going to be a great game. As we know, hey, I haven't forgot about it. Alabama fans haven't forgot about it. Kalen DeBoer hasn't. This Alabama team and program hasn't. They've already been talking about it. We didn't just lose last year. We got humiliated on national television at night, primetime game. It was the game that actually knocked us out of the playoffs. We lost to one of the worst quarterbacks in the SEC, Jackson Arnold. We put up a measly, let me say this again, measly 3 points. A 3-burger. Shaking my head. It was embarrassing, man. And yeah, you can say, well, we only gave up 24. I'm here to tell you right now, our defense couldn't get a stop. We got fortunate in Oklahoma. I think they missed a field goal early on. They fumbled one. We couldn't get a stop on defense. We couldn't stop the run. But that was the story of last year. We couldn't stop the run. This year, though, it's a completely different matchup. Alabama's way better than what they were last year. Got a different quarterback. The offense is much improved. We still can't run the ball. I'm sure we'll talk about that in this video because you can't talk about Alabama without talking about the atrocious run game because it does go hand in hand. For those of you who don't know, Oklahoma has one of the best rushing defenses in the nation. I saw something funny today on Twitter this morning when I woke up. An Alabama account tweeted out, does it really matter if Oklahoma has the best rush defense in the SEC or top 2? It's them and Auburn. They're 1A, 1B if we can't run the ball anyways. And yeah, come to think about it, it doesn't matter. Alabama can't run on anybody, so it doesn't matter if Oklahoma has the best rush defense. We'll get to all that in just a second. Getting back to the preview, talking about what happened last year. Couldn't move the ball. Really, see, you got to be a ball knower to even remember this. Alabama scored 10. They took away. I still don't understand. There's no point of talking about it because it didn't have any outcome or effect on the game. Ryan Williams caught a touchdown pass. There was some, I don't even know what you'd call it, fake flag thrown. It took away 10. So, yeah, I mean, we scored 1 touchdown, but it was embarrassing. Long story short, I don't even want to talk about it too much. There's nothing to really be said. Jackson Arnold, he had the game of his life, and that was a good win for Oklahoma. I believe that was senior night for them, but here we are. Let's talk about this year's game. There's many places you could start with this. First things first, which John Mateer are we going to see? John Mateer has been great at times this year. Heck, the first 3 to 4 weeks of the season, he was a Heisman front runner. I think even Nick Saban was vouching for him, saying, oh yeah, he's number 1 for me. Well, now he's nowhere to be found in the Heisman category. He's a walking turnover. Everybody talks about DJ Uiagalelei as a walking turnover, but so is old John Mateer. I can't remember. Actually, let me pull it up in live time. I think he has, is it 7 interceptions this year? I don't know about the fumbles. Let me pull it up. Hold on, I got it right here. Yeah, 8 touchdowns. Yeah, bad stat line. 8 tutties to only 7 interceptions to the air. Not good. No wonder he fell out of the Heisman race as fast as he did. As we know, recently they beat Tennessee. That was a good win in Neyland Stadium. They lost to Ole Miss at home, and they also lost to Texas. In both of those games, ironically enough, Mateer was not good. Hence, they lost. And it's kind of corny and cliche to say this, but if Mateer plays good/great, Oklahoma, they have a great shot to win this game. If he plays like he did against Texas and Ole Miss, it's probably not going to be close. Mateer, it goes without being said, he's the biggest X factor in this game. I can't even label Ty Simpson as an X factor because you know what you're going to get out of him. He only has one interception on the season. You're going to get good/great quarterback play out of Simpson, especially at home. It's a 2:30 game. Nothing to worry about there if you're a Bama fan. But Oklahoma, oh yeah, you got to be worrying about and stressing about Mateer and praying before the game. Like, come on, man, can we get a good one out of you? Can you not turn the ball over? Just pulled up the line for this game. I see Alabama is favored by 6.5 points, so we'll say a touchdown. I would say that's about right. Alabama, though, let's talk about them a little bit. They've been, I don't want to say struggling. I feel like that's doing a disservice to it because the defense has been stellar. The defense won the game against LSU. They won the game against South Carolina. They won the game against Tennessee, and they won the game against Missouri at the end at Vanderbilt. Heck, the last 5 games, the defense is the main reason, if you got to ask me, Alabama has went 5-0 in the 5-game stretch. Well, now here we are. We're playing Oklahoma. And Oklahoma has, I would say, a slightly better defense than Alabama. I know some Bama fans may take that as disrespect, but it's more of a testimony of how good I think the Oklahoma defense is. They are unreal. They fly to the ball. Here's a fun fact for you. Oklahoma ranks 4th, not in the SEC, but nationally in yards per rush. They only allow 2.5 yards per carry. When you combine that with Alabama having one of the worst rushing attacks in the nation, and no, I'm not exaggerating it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Alabama ranks 129th out of 136 teams in yards per carry. They are literally almost in dead last. It doesn't spell out a recipe for success for the Crimson Tide in the running game. I'm not a genius. I don't claim to be, but good googly moogly. You do not got to be a rocket scientist to put 2 and 2 together and come to this executive conclusion that Alabama is not going to have a great night running the football. They haven't had a great night running the football the entire season. So why would that lead me to believe or guess they're going to have a good night against Oklahoma? When I'm previewing and predicting these games, my job is to make the best educated guess possible because that's all it is. It is a guess. And it wouldn't be smart to say, oh yeah, Alabama is going to have 200 rushing yards in Oklahoma. Wouldn't be smart. Could it happen theoretically? Yes, but I ain't going to predict that. Now that we've addressed the elephant in the room, we can all agree Alabama, they're not going to have success running the ball. So how are they going to win this game? 2 ways. Number 1, the defense has got to keep doing what they've done up until this point. And number 2, Ty Simpson, the offense, they got to put up points. I don't think you're going to hold Oklahoma to under, I'd say, 17. I really want you to think about this. Against LSU, Alabama only put up 20. Against South Carolina, they had 14 with about 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. They ended up with 29. Against Tennessee, the defense made a heck of a play, turned that one around. Against Missouri, they put up 27. And against Vanderbilt, before that last-second touchdown, they put up 23. Why am I sharing that with you? Because, yeah, Ty Simpson, he's been great, but the offense hasn't been, I think, as explosive and just outright dominant as some people have perceived it to be. It's been good at times, but it's also been bad at times. They've stalled out. You know, when they're hot, they're hot. When they're cold, they're cold. Against South Carolina, what they have? 3 and outs in a row? That can't happen against Oklahoma. I'm not going to harp on this too much, but the Ty Simpson fumbles, he has got to stop doing that. Oh yeah, by the way, speaking of fumbles, I'm glad I brought that up. There's some idiot, and yes, you're an idiot, in the comment section of the recent video where we talked about Alabama, and I can't even, look, there's people liking this comment, which means they agree with him. He stated, Ty Simpson has 2 fumbles in 119 games. Get your facts straight with 10 exclamation points. Doing all that screaming, my brother, just to be wrong. This is what I'm talking about. The bad part about it is it got 17 likes, so there's people that agree with this, and you're all wrong. If you have no idea why this guy wrote this comment, it's because he's referring to, I said Ty Simpson has a fumbling problem. He's fumbled 4 times already, and he said he's only fumbled 2 times. Buddy, what are you talking about? You get your facts straight, buddy. I'll even run over it real quick. He fumbled on the opening possession in the second half against Missouri. Fumbled against Tennessee on what some people thought was a pass. They ruled it as a fumble. Against South Carolina, same thing. And against LSU, he did that. 4 fumbles in 4 straight games. Good try, I guess. But getting back on track with the game itself, Ty Simpson, he's got to stop having the disastrous turnover he has every single game because the defense has bailed him out. But against Oklahoma, John Mateer and that offense, they're good enough to make you pay for it. Here's what spells out good news for Alabama and bad news for Oklahoma. Bama leads the SEC, and they're top in the nation, in turnover difference. They don't turn over the ball a lot, even with the Simpson fumbles, and they force a bunch of turnovers. And like we talked about a little bit earlier, Mateer has been prone to having some interceptions, and they come in bulk. For Alabama, it wouldn't even concern me if they got down 10-0, 14-0, or even 17-0 in this game, because Ty Simpson, he's shown it all throughout the year. He can be resilient. He can push the ball down the field, but at the same time, he can take care of it. With Oklahoma and John Mateer, it does concern me. If they start up behind, they get down, I'm not going to say 7, but we'll say 10-0, 14-0, 13-0, something like that. That's when Mateer struggles. You saw it against Texas. When Mateer has to throw the ball down the field, that is when he starts trying to hit the home run play, and it's just turns into a disaster. We've seen it already. I fully expect Mateer to have 1 turnover in this game, bare minimum, whether that be an interception or a fumble. I think this will be a good game, and y'all know my 3 check marks. When I think it's going to be good or a close game, we go over and talk about. Number 1, which quarterback do I trust more in this game? Obviously, it's Ty Simpson, so check mark to Alabama. Number 2, which head coach do I trust more in this game? Well, since Mr. Kalen DeBoer has not lost to Alabama, which is crazy in its own right, at home, I can't pick Brent Venables in this game, so check mark goes to Kalen DeBoer. That's 2 out of 3. And which team do I trust more in this game? At home? Especially Alabama. So all 3 of those check marks are going to the Crimson Tide. Sure, Alabama has slightly played down their competition past couple of weeks, but you also got to bring up Alabama notoriously plays up to her competition as well. I think them boys will be ready to go. It is also, I haven't really harped on this as much as I should have in this video, a revenge game. They already got their lick back against Tennessee, and I guess you could call it the revenge tour at this point because they smell the blood in the water. I don't want to get into this too much, but if Alabama wins this game, this definitely plays into it a ton if it wasn't already a big enough game itself. They clinch a berth in the SEC Championship. There are some tiebreaker scenarios where it wouldn't happen, but there's like a 90% chance if they win, they're getting in the chip, even with the loss to Auburn. I'm taking Alabama in this game. I don't expect it to be high scoring. I'd be beyond shocked if a team got into the 40s. I think it's going to be around the 20s area. I'll take Alabama in this game 27 to Oklahoma's 17. Many more things I could say. We're going to end off here. I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts down below. But